is a common sense state. We believe in practical answers for difficult problems. We reject radical extreme thinking. And Ohio will not only lead the nation, but come 2 years from now, once again, Ohio will make the decision as to what the future direction of this country is going to be. So for those of you who already voted, I want to thank you for your vote. I want to ask you to do something. During these next 5 days, act as if the vote that you're able to get from your friends, relatives, fellow church members, someone you meet in the supermarket, I mean, it is so serious. This race is so close that if someone happens to call you and it's a wrong number, before you hang up, you ask them to vote for Ted Strickland for governor.
I know you. I'm Bill's intern. I'm with Vernon Sykes' Kent State program.
Wonderful. Bill?
You seeing a lot of fun?
How is everybody?
All right, guys, we got about...
4 minutes.
Right, 4 minutes.
4 minutes, no more than 4 minutes. That's my limit.
Our way.
I had him this morning.
He's sick of me.
I didn't say that. I did not say that.
Governor Voinovich, Senator Voinovich was talking about his concern that this campaign has been so rancorous that when it's over, whoever is elected may have trouble working with the other side. If you're re-elected and there's a Republican House, how do you feel about that? Is there going to be so much lingering bitterness that it's going to be difficult?
Well, Joe, you've heard me say it over and over and over again that the best predictor of future behavior is past behavior. And after the last gubernatorial election, it was pretty rancorous. It was very rancorous. And I immediately went to work and we jointly crafted a budget, bipartisan budget that only had one negative vote against that budget. I think that's an indication of my willingness to reach across the aisle and to work with the other side, and I intend to do that if I'm elected.
And Rebecca, on the $4 to $8 billion budget mess that's looming here, John Kasich says he will not raise taxes, and he signed a pledge not to raise taxes. You haven't signed that kind of a pledge. Why is that?
Because, you know, when you are a governor, you don't know what circumstances you may face. There could be disasters, there could be unusual circumstances, there could be a further collapsing of the economy, there could be all sorts of things. And when you're the governor, you need to be able to make the best choice for the people of your state, depending upon the circumstances that you're confronted with. And I've said I think it's irresponsible to make decisions when you don't know what the circumstances may be that you are going to confront.
So does that mean a tax hike is at least on the table? Not that you want to have a tax hike, but you're not ruling it out.
It's not on the table, but I mean, how much more clear can I be? I don't think a tax would be wise, especially as we are trying to emerge from a recession and we have a very fragile recovery. I have said what I intend to do to try to deal with the problem. I've said that I will make further reductions if necessary. I will continue to seek federal assistance, and I've been very explicit about that in the face of a lot of criticism, I might add. But I still think it's necessary. The recession may be technically over in economic terms. We are still dealing with the after effects of this very serious recession. And I believe we're going to continue to need some federal assistance, and I believe we're going to get it. Then our other effort is to make sure the economy continues to move forward and to grow. It's growing gradually, and I hope that picks up some. But I will meet my constitutional obligation, as I have during the 4 years that I've been governor. I will do it going forward. But I will try to exercise common sense judgment and try to make what is the most reasonable decision dealing with the circumstances that I face.
Governor, could you compare the enthusiasm in this room and among the labor people that you've been dealing with to what you saw in 2008 and in 2006?
I can tell you, I was talking with my campaign manager this morning who oversaw the presidential effort here in Ohio 2 years ago, and he told me that he thinks our efforts are comparable to what we were doing 2 years ago in terms of voter contact, getting out the vote. I think that's why you're seeing, even, as some say there's an enthusiasm gap, I think that's why you're seeing Democrat voter participation exceeding Republicans at this point. Now, obviously, the real challenge is to maintain that effort through Election Day. But we are prepared for that. We have a strategic plan. It's being well implemented. We have worked on it for 2 years. This is not something we've thrown together at the last minute. In fact, my campaign manager this morning jokingly said to me, I think I can relax for the next 4 or 5 days because everything that we have planned is now being executed beautifully across the state. And that's going to make the difference in this race. I've said I think it'll be decided by a 1 to 3 percentage vote margin, one way or the other. I think it will go our way because we have in place a successful plan to get the vote out, and that's the critical difference between the two campaigns. We both have money for television and radio and mailings and all of those sorts of activities. What we have that the other side does not have is a systematized, comprehensive state effort to reach our supporters and get them to vote.
Governor, why, just for the average person on the street, how does John Kasich views on Social Security, why does that matter in the governor's race?
Well, it matters a great deal. It says a whole lot about his judgment. It says a whole lot about his values. It says a whole lot about his priorities. It absolutely is relevant. Everything in his record and everything in my record is relevant to the kind of governor you're going to be. Because when you're a governor, you are constantly making decisions about a full range of complex issues. And if you want to know how a person's likely to determine priorities for the state going forward, you look at the kind of priorities and values they have exhibited in their past behavior. So I think it is hugely relevant.
Anything else?
Thank you, Governor.
Thank you.